Well, thank you, Suzanne. Also, it's time to get your pens out because I was brought up by two teachers and that's how I do that. So two teachers that I love very much. I've got one on this shoulder, one on this shoulder, and we're all going to talk to you this morning. So I did get a call from a sister of mine. I had an extraordinary father in that he was a mental healer. And my other siblings did not accept that side of him. He was also a physicist and a science teacher. And he wrote a book, his autobiography, before he died. And I got a call from my eldest sister and she said, "Oh my God, did you know that he did this? Did you know that he did this?" And it's like, of course, he did that 50 years ago. But it was just fun. I just got that call this week and it was just fun to explore this side of him that has absolutely influenced me completely in my life. It was brand new to her. That was fun. So anyway, thanks, Pop. Great job. All right, so here we go. We have a magnificent creative device attached atop our shoulders, our mind. Our mind creates everything in our life. Yet, if this is true, why aren't we creating what we want? Because we don't understand how the creative mind works. We just have never been taught. How can you use your mind to create a life you love? The short answer, identify what you love. Number 2, move towards it. Okay, we're done. Go home. That's it. I can break that down into 5 steps. Choose what you love, visualize having it with full emotion, create structural tension, unplug and recode, and take aligned action. So, for some reason, that's easier said than done. Many of us in this room, anyway, are already aware of at least one, if not more, of these steps. And still, we're not creating a life we love. We visualize what we want, we move towards what we want, we get closer. And then something happens and we slip back, sometimes returning all the way to the starting point. If our mind is creating all the time, which it is, why isn't it creating what we want instead of the same old thing day after day after day? Because the mind creates that which we think about. If we understood the ramifications of this statement, everything would be different. Everything. These days, we are constantly bombarded with bad news from every direction. Our fear is being intentionally exploited. Reflect on what you spend your waking hours thinking about. Get real. Take notes. Be honest. Write it down. No one will see it but you. How much time is spent thinking about different things? Is it what you want? How much time do you spend thinking about what you want during your waking hours? How much time do you spend thinking about what you don't want during your waking hours? Your mind creates that which you think about. If you're thinking about the future, you're dreaming. If you're thinking about your past, you're dreaming. Are you dreaming happy dreams or are you dreaming nightmares? These dreams are your visualizations. Whether you are thinking about it consciously or whether it's a subconscious loop that you're stuck in. Visualization is a powerful manifestation tool. What are you picturing in your mind? What emotions are you experiencing due to your imagination? Answer these questions. This is not rhetorical. These are real questions. What dreams are you dreaming about the future? I can't stress enough the importance of this question because what you are dreaming is what you are creating. Now, of course, this is true for everybody. We're all powerful creators. So our dreams get mixed in with everyone else's dreams. The universe adds up the sum, and creates. Now, in our particular life, our dreams carry much more weight, and we can create circumstances in our own life simply by ourselves. Of course, using the mind. So the more you emotionally load your dream, the more power that dream has to create. This puts us at a distinct disadvantage when it comes to our mind creating something we love. And here's why. We are hardwired to respond with strong emotions to negative input. This part of our brain, sometimes called the lizard brain, has been very helpful to us. It's very important. It kept us alive when we were in danger of attack from the lion or the whatever. And when this part of our mind is activated, all of our blood and all of our energy goes into our muscles. Our digestion stops and our thinking stops. We go on autopilot to get away from the danger. When we are constantly in a state of fear, we're not thinking clearly, we're not digesting well, and we lose our health and everything else simply because we're not in the right mind. This gives us the ability to run faster and get away from the tiger, but it doesn't build a very good future. When we experience joy, we also have a physical response to the positive emotions, but they are not nearly as strong as the negative side. So, unless we learn to intentionally accentuate the positive, we naturally accentuate the negative. And it is a net negative impression that we send to the universe. Whether you consider this good or bad, this mechanism that we have, doesn't even matter. The point is that it exists, and that's how we function. Negative feeds negative. It is so much easier, particularly in our society, to just succumb to our natural proclivity toward the negative than to insist on something else. It brings to mind the old story, Lord of the Flies, right? In this story, I'm assuming that you all know the movie, and I'm not recommending that you go see it because it's totally a negative, but it does show this proclivity to go downhill toward violence. In this story, the Marines showed up and rescued the boys on the island before there was nobody left alive. Thank God for the Marines in the story. So if you could intentionally harness the creative power of your mind to build a life you love instead of one you fear, would you learn how to do that? If it took mental discipline to create a life you love, would you put in the effort? All right, I think everyone here is. That's what we're doing here, right? So let's take a deeper dive into how the mind works and what it would take to live a life you love. Bear in mind, there's only one person that you can affect. And there's only one person who affects you. And that's you. Your whole life is nothing but your story. That dream. All right. The mind, being infinite, can be difficult to define, but one way to see it is as the sum of three parts: superconscious, the conscious, and the unconscious, also known as the subconscious. The superconscious is the ever-present connection with source and creator. Conscious is the decision maker, sometimes known as self-conscious. The subconscious keeps the body alive. Another way to define them is the superconscious is the creative force. It's in constant communication with you and the field of infinite possibilities. The conscious is logical. It wants to create new things in life to improve its circumstances through the use of logic. The subconscious is the gatekeeper in between those two. The subconscious witnesses all communication between the superconscious and conscious minds. It has no control over the superconscious, none. But it has significant control over the actions taken by the conscious mind. Its entire job is to keep you safe and alive. So it will monitor your actions and only allow you to take actions that it considers safe. Let's look at possible inner conversation about improving something specific in your life. Your conscious mind starts the conversation. I want to live in a more beautiful house. The one I have is fine, but I want to be surrounded by beauty. That's your conscious mind. Your subconscious witnesses as the message is sent over and received by your superconscious. The subconscious likes the idea of more beauty, no problem. The subconscious witnesses as the superconscious says to the conscious mind, sure, I'll have it ready in no time. The conscious mind gets excited and you start dreaming of your beautiful new house. All day you come up with ideas, what your house will have in it, what it'll look like, and how it's going to feel. This is great. This is the visualization stage. Your excitement moves into action and you start doing things that move in the direction of your choice. That's the superconscious directing the creation of your future life. It's very effective, and you will move closer to having a beautiful house very quickly while you're in this stage. As you make this movement, the doubts come in, right? The voice in your head gets going. Oh, I don't have enough money. I don't know where I'm going to get it. No one's going to lend it to me, and I'm not smart enough to figure out how to earn all that money. And then you get the hit, oh man, my aunt. Yeah, my aunt might help me out. She has enough money to do that. But, oh gosh, I could never ask her. I remember when I spilled the mashed potatoes on her carpet when I was 8 years old, she got so mad at me. She would never lend me the money. So you don't ask her. Now, your aunt might be looking for a good investment. She might want to get you out of that stupid old apartment that you've been living in for too long. She might want to help you get a house because she loves you. But you never find out because you've been talked out of it by you, which is the tricky part. There's nobody else playing in this scenario. So the doubts keep going, and at some point you just say, well, this house is good enough, and I'll get a new beautiful painting and I'll put it on the wall. That'll be good. And that's what you do. So what happened there? How did you wind up just getting a new painting instead of getting a new house? Your subconscious mind. Its only purpose is to keep things running smoothly and to keep you safe and alive. Its only criteria, this is the biggest part, the only criteria the subconscious mind has for what is safe is, have you already experienced it? Is the experience in your past? Because if it is, then it's safe because you survived it. You're here, right? If it's not in your past, it's something new. And the subconscious mind says it's not safe because you haven't survived it. And it can't be allowed. Because here you are. You survived everything in your past, no matter what it was. If it's in your past, your subconscious will okay it in the present and the future. Huge stuff right here. This is the entire creation process. If it is new, it will not allow the creation to bear fruit. It's considered unsafe. So it allows for more beauty. You've often experienced more beauty when you go to a museum, you go all these different times, you experience more beauty than what you have in your house. But a beautiful new house? No way. No way. You've never had that before. And it's new, different, and therefore not safe. You want more money? You can win the lotto and get it. Statistics show that you'll very soon lose it. Same with anything else. Experienced before is considered safe, even if it was abuse. And this is how girls that are abused as children get into abusive relationships and can't get out of them as adults because they survived it. Their subconscious mind literally tells them that this is safer than a non-abusive relationship because they haven't survived that. So before you create something new in your life, you must bring the subconscious on board. It says yes or no to the creation of a new future. This is why so many of us are reliving our yesterdays in our todays. So how do you break free from your past patterns? It's visualization, it's dreaming. Through visualizations, the subconscious can't tell the difference between experiencing in your imagination and experiencing in real life. This is the little door that we've been given by Source to create anything we want to create. This is really good news. This is the key. I'll just say it again. The subconscious can't tell the difference between experiencing in your imagination and experiencing in the physical world. To create your dream future, you must get the gatekeeper on board with your dreams. It must think you have already experienced what you want to create. You can't ever change this mechanism, so don't even try. I mean, you can do it if you want, but all right. The purpose of the visualization is to effectively each morning take the time to close your eyes, activate your imagination, and experience your dream future. And then whenever you think about it through the day, do it again and again and again and again. Load it with as much sensory experience as you can. Include smell, touch, feel on the skin, sounds, facial expressions, and emotions. Put in the whole 9 yards. The deeper the visual experience, the better. You do this every morning for as long as you can hold it, or 15 minutes, whichever comes first. Each time you visualize, your subconscious thinks you're living through it. And that's the key, right? So the more you do that, the safer it believes that experience is. There comes a point that the subconscious will let go and approve of your dream life because it thinks you've already lived it. Isn't this wonderful?
Yeah, good news.
This is such good news. There's nobody else involved in this. You don't have to pay a dime. Doesn't cost you anything. You've got everything you need to do it. We all dream, right?
Good dreams, right?
Good dreams, yes. So now, go back to these 5 steps. The first thing you've got to do is choose what you would love. And what I have found since I've started teaching this is so many of us don't even have a clue of what we would love simply because we would love it. We have, oh, I want to prove to my mom that I'm smart, so I'm going to go get a degree. Or we have, I need to prove something to somebody, or I'm going to fix myself because I keep having this thought that I'm just not worthy. So I'm going to go to therapy for 150 years and see if I can get that fixed. You're never going to get that fixed. Even if you get the $1 million, you're still going to feel unworthy. You're still going to take your childhood wounds with you into who you are. So part of this is just let that be. You don't need to fill that. You just need to dream. There's no fixing involved in this. No fixing at all. You are the person that you will be with your dream life. You're already that. You're going to learn and grow as you move into your dream life. Yeah. But that's it. You're never going to leave behind all of the wounds that have come forward with you. So choose what you want to create. What do you want just because you would love it? Make sure it's not to fix yourself or heal yourself or change something that you think is wrong. The motivation cannot be to prove something to someone, including yourself, or to get someone else to change. You want a great relationship? The only one in that relationship you can change is you. Are you going to do it? And one thing Katie would say is, if you're not willing to do it, why do you think they will? All right. I love that line. So it's just something that you would love because you would love it. So right now, go through your minds and come up with something that you would love just because you'd love it. Doesn't have to be huge. Maybe there's a restaurant that you heard about that's super great. You've just never made the time to go and have that incredible meal. Maybe that, one guy came up with that he wanted a bonsai collection. He'd never even thought about bonsais before, but when he clicked into his visualization, what came up was a bonsai collection. He's now got this incredible bonsai collection. So write down what you come up with, because we're going to be doing a visualization and meditation. Every morning, work on this one idea. You can put a date on it even, because at some point, you're just going to wake up and realize you have it. And you're going to go back and you're going to just see, how long did that take? Right? Because you won't remember otherwise. Once you have it in mind, this is in the morning. Once you have this thing in mind, do a full visualization, feel the emotions, step into being that version of you that already has it. Experience, what would it feel like? Who am I with already having had this? Step 3, when your visualization is done, look at your life now. This is called building the structural tension. Not to criticize, but with loving eyes, just determine where you are relative to where you want to be. So that this creates structural tension. You like your life now, and you want to create some improvements and some additions. This is a very powerful position because you see exactly where you are and where you want to go. Let's say you want to go to Kansas City, but you don't know where you are. How are you going to get to Kansas City? You don't know. Do you go north? Do you go south? Where are you going to go? If you don't recognize and acknowledge where you are in a very loving way, this is just where you are. That's all. You need to do that in order to know what direction to go to get to where you want to be. To figure out the next step in moving towards your choice, the one you are now, the one doing the meditation in the mornings, the current you, asks the future you that you have in your visualization, what did you do today to get to where you are? It's one of my favorite parts of the visualization. What did you do today? You're asking the one who has success in this, whatever. What did you do today to get to where you are? You will get an answer. It may sound like it has nothing to do with your path. It may sound too simple because you're asking just what did you do today? So it'll be a small baby step. It's not gonna, you're not gonna, get there in one day, but take that baby step. Each day, take that step. Action is very important. Say thank you and write it down immediately. Write it down while you're still in your visualization. Do not edit or judge it. The you that is judging it does not have the whole picture. The you that is sending it does have the whole picture. As long as it is within your moral structure, then do it. And I've never heard of someone getting a step that was not in their moral structure. All right, I just put that in to make sure that this isn't abused. Action is absolutely necessary in order for you to create what you love in your life. Do this every morning, 15 to 20 minutes a day. Do it anytime you think about it during the day that you have 15 or 20 minutes. After a while, you will move in the direction of your choice, your desired life. As you move, the tension between your current reality and your desired reality will increase. Your subconscious mind is going to be double checking to make sure you're safe and you're not doing anything that's going to put your safety in danger. Remember how it describes safe. It will check to see that you have already lived your desired reality. So keep visualizing with emotion. The more times you've lived it, the more cooperative your subconscious will be, and you have to have your subconscious on board to succeed. Think about it throughout the day. Make it your subject of choice for the mind. Do not give up your desired reality. When you come to choice points or moments of decision, consult with yourself from the future. Don't go to the past self. The past self doesn't know. The current self doesn't know, or you'd already have it. The only one of you who knows is your future self. Consult with yourself from the future, the one who's already achieved it. That one will know which road leads to your success. Step 4, unplug and recode. As you move towards your desired reality, you will come to times of big tension between what's going on and where you're going. To help at this critical stage, you can learn a process called recode. You can recode your subconscious programming. This process detaches the emotional load from some old time memories. In fact, these are not just memories that you've experienced in your life. Sometimes it will jump into previous lifetimes, and it could jump through your DNA into your ancestral chain, because their experiences are actually encoded in your DNA. This is how humans have been able to continue evolving. If their experiences were just forgotten, the next generation wouldn't be that much further ahead. But some of those experiences are now holding us back. So this recode can unload the emotional load in ancestral memories also, if they're what's holding you back. Doesn't matter. You can also have someone else do the recode on you perfectly satisfactorily, which is something we can do together if you want, to help you move closer to your desired reality. It's not hypnosis. Recode is where the conscious speaks straight to the superconscious with the permission of the subconscious. It's a shortcut. By itself, it does nothing. If you don't do the other steps, the recode's not going to do a thing. And it's never required, but it can help reduce the amount of time it takes you to move forward. When your subconscious programming is in alignment with your desired life, and you have removed the blocks to your progress through visualization with or without recode, taking action to create your dream life comes naturally and easily. And step 5, take the aligned action that your superconscious is telling you to take. In that little scenario, when that person was told, talk to your aunt, talk to your aunt. You know, whatever it is, these little tiny baby steps, do them. Ask each morning and follow the breadcrumbs to living a life you love. Now, this is just a 20-minute overview of something that I've been studying for 11 months. If you want to spend a whole lot of money learning this, Chris Duncan is the one who wrote this program that I'm very enthusiastic about. It's called the Conscious Education Center. And his book is You're Not Broken. And that's what I love about this more than anything. You're not fixing yourself.
Yeah.
You're simply, through dreaming, creating a life that you love. And so I just loved it. I was like, I had permission to have all of my little stories about how bad I am and yada, 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 and we don't have to fix any of that. So this is just a very quick overview of a fascinating process of consciously using your mind to improve your life. If you want to save the world, you will help save the world by living your desired reality. The more of us who learn this process and use it, the kinder, happier, and healthier the world will be. We will be creating a better world for everyone by learning how to use the incredible creative power device atop our shoulders. Thank you.
Very nice.